Part 1 of this video series features single-leg VFR flight plans, like you see here from Provincetown, Massachusetts to Boston, Massachusetts. Learning the GPS may be easy for others, but not for me. It's just too complicated. Does that sound like you? Be ready for a surprise. The Garmin GPS 500 was used to illustrate this tutorial, but the basics will apply to any FS9 or FSX GPS. Note: do not use the information in this video for real-world navigation. The Provincetown to Boston flight will help to demonstrate the usage of your GPS. Step 1. Move your aircraft to the departure airport, in this case runway 7 at Provincetown, KPVC. If you want to practice with this flight, bear in mind that Provincetown's lone runway is only 3,500 feet in length, so stay with anything from the C-172 to the DC-3. It's best if your aircraft's GPS is the Garmin GPS 500. Step 2. Open your GPS. Do that by clicking this icon on your main panel. OK, here's the screen that should pop up. The GPS will overlay a portion of your main panel, but for this tutorial I show only the GPS. Use your mouse to move or resize your GPS. This screen deserves some explanation before moving on to step 3. You will spend 95% of your flight time here. The opening screen defaults into the navigation group. Note that there are 2 pages in this group. Use the arrows on the small knob to change the pages. Here we see that the aircraft is at Provincetown. Our full screen range is 10 nautical miles. Change that with the range switch. Add terrain features by clicking the terrain button. In step 3, we enter the destination airport, here Boston, Logan, KBOS. Begin by pressing the Direct button. Note the letter D on that button. Although the Waypoint page is now open, one procedure remains before we can type in the airport ident, KBOS. We must activate the cursor and move it fully to the left. One click on the left arrow on the center knob will do that. Whoa, what is this 002 HP? The GPS searches the Waypoint database for a match as you type the Waypoint ident. Since nothing has yet been typed, the lowest ident in the database, 002 HP, is displayed. OK, let's type our destination airport, KBOS, onto the Waypoint page. Important: only enter lowercase letters. The GPS ignores uppercase letters. There are only a couple of clicks left to complete this GPS flight plan, but some valuable information is already available. The magnetic course from Provincetown, KPVC, to Boston Logan, KBOS, is displayed. The latitude and longitude of the waypoint, in this case the destination airport, KBOS, is also displayed. Note the symbol next to the KBOS that you just typed. That is an airport symbol, verifying that this waypoint is an airport. Here is the VOR symbol. Here is the NDB symbol. And here is the intersection symbol. Noting the waypoint symbols can help verify that the idents are correct. Complete the GPS flight plan in step 4 with 3 simple clicks. Notice the Activate request on your GPS? Click the Enter button twice, yes twice, to flash that request. With the Activate request flashing, click the Enter button one more time to activate the GPS flight plan. With our GPS flight plan complete, we'll get our aircraft into the air, raise the gear, and set climb power. Then we can engage the GPS. We'll fully explain the GPS screen on reaching our cruise altitude of 3,000 feet. Yes, it's low for over the water, but it avoids an up and down flight. Move the nav GPS switch into the GPS position. Next, click the nav button on the autopilot to couple it to the GPS. We are in the track up view. The plane flies up the page. The color of the active leg is magenta. This will mean more in multi-leg flights. The desired track is 313 degrees magnetic. The actual track is 313 degrees magnetic. The aircraft is 29 nautical miles from the next waypoint, or from KBOS in this single-leg flight plan. 11 minutes flight time remain to the next waypoint, or to KBOS in this single-leg flight plan. We are flying direct to KBOS. The message flag will flash if a message is received. Our ground speed is 158 knots. The GPS has 3 automatically set sensitivities: en route, terminal area, and approach phase. More on this in a later chapter. The cross-track error, XTK, is the distance that your aircraft deviates from the desired track in nautical miles. The angle error, TKE, is the angle that your aircraft deviates from the desired track in degrees. If the aircraft must descend to a waypoint, such as an airport, VSR is the descent rate in feet per second to do that at its current speed. Our expected time of arrival at the destination waypoint, KBOS, in this flight is 14:10 local time. CTS, the course to steer, is 313 degrees magnetic. The bearing to the next waypoint is 313 degrees magnetic. The next waypoint is KBOS. A message awaits. It pertains to controlled airspace ahead. Open or close the message with the message button. The map view is the other page in the navigation group. Many pilots prefer this view because of the improved situational awareness. For example, when you are flying west, the aircraft is flying to the left on the GPS screen, not up the page. Note that the aircraft is now in the center of the screen. The disadvantage of this view is that much of the data presented in the track up view is not provided here, such as distance, ground speed, desired track, and more. Terrain features are available as on the track up view. Here we are approaching Boston at 1,500 feet. Note that the GPS has not aligned the aircraft with any runway. We must do that manually. Much more on this topic in later videos. We can learn much by flying the aircraft manually while watching the GPS. Here we have departed Provincetown's runway 7 and maintained the runway heading of 075 degrees during climb-out. Our desired track is 313 degrees, so we will turn left to that course. We have now stabilized on a track of 313 degrees. But we are not on the proper course because the cross-track error is 1.82 nautical miles. We will not be on the proper track until both the actual track and the bearing match the desired track. No brain stress here, though. Our GPS provides the course to steer to intercept the desired track, in this case 290 degrees. Now that we have turned to 290 degrees, you can see that just ahead we have an easy intercept of the desired 313 degree track.